Today we mark Holocaust Memorial Day, a day set aside to remember the 6 million Jewish men, women and children murdered during the Holocaust. This is ALIYAH News. Holocaust Memorial Day is observed across many nations, including the United Kingdom, the USA, Europe, and beyond. It is held each year on the 27th of January, the anniversary of the liberation of Auschwitz-Birkenau in 1945. This year marks over 8 decades since the Holocaust began, and yet its lessons remain painfully urgent. On the 27th of January, the anniversary of the liberation of Auschwitz-Birkenau, nations, governments, and schools will remember the 6 million Jewish victims of the Holocaust. This act of remembrance comes at a time of alarming rise in anti-Semitism around the world, making it more important than ever for us to learn the lessons of the Holocaust history, remembering the victims and honouring the roughly 200,000 remaining survivors. The Holocaust did not begin with gas chambers. It began with words, with exclusions, with laws that stripped Jews of dignity, and with the silence of many who looked away. The Nazi Party rose to power in 1933 on a platform of racial nationalism, openly blaming the Jews of Germany for economic hardship, defeat in World War I, and social change. Anti-Semitism was not hidden. It was central to Nazi ideology from the beginning. Once in government, belief became law. In 1935, the Nuremberg laws stripped Jews of citizenship and basic rights. Jewish professionals were dismissed, businesses were boycotted, and public life was closed to them. This was followed by escalating violence, including Kristallnacht in 1938, when synagogues were burned and Jewish homes were destroyed across Germany. During the war, persecution turned into systemic murder. Jews were forced into ghettos, then deported by train to concentration and extermination camps. This process was organised by government ministries, police forces, railway systems, and local authorities. Many ordinary Germans were aware of what was happening. Trains carrying Jews departed from city centres, often in daylight. Neighbours saw Jewish families forced from their homes with suitcases, guarded by the police. Diaries of those such as Victor Klemperer, a German Jew, recorded how non-Jewish neighbours witnessed deportations and spoke of them openly. Even a few intervened. In towns such as Berlin, Munich, Frankfurt, families lived near railway stations where deportations assembled. While the full scale of the killing was not always known, it was widely understood that Jews were being removed, brutalized, and unlikely to return. The genocide of European Jewry was not only enabled by policy, it was permitted by indifference at every level of society. The neighbours remained quiet. The governments delayed actions. Institutions failed to intervene. That is why remembrance matters, because when hatred rises again, silence is never neutral. Yet even in humanity's darkest chapter, there were those who refused to remain silent, instead risking everything to save Jewish lives. They are remembered today as righteous amongst the nations. One such figure was Oskar Schindler, a German industrialist who used his factory to employ and protect more than 1,200 Jews, bribing Nazi officials and risking execution to do so. Another was Corrie ten Boom, a Dutch Christian woman whose family hid Jews in their home. She was eventually imprisoned in a concentration camp herself, but she survived, and countless Jews lived because she acted. In Poland, Irina Sendler smuggled Jewish children out of the Warsaw Ghetto, hiding their identities in jars buried underground so that they could one day be reunited with their families. These people were not powerful leaders. They were ordinary individuals who chose courage over comfort and remind us that even in times of overwhelming evil, individual action matters. Today, many in the Jewish community feel that the promise of never again has grown fragile. Across the world, anti-Semitism is rising, in schools, online, in the streets. We see it when synagogues are attacked, when Jewish neighbourhoods are targeted, such as in Manchester in England or Sydney in Australia, simply because people are Jewish. And we must ask ourselves, what is our response? One of the darkest lessons from Nazi Germany is how hatred was taught to children. Under the Nazi regime, schools and youth movements were used to indoctrinate young people, portraying Jews as less than human and glorifying loyalty to ideology over conscience. This conditioning made violence seem normal, even justified. Today, that warning resonates again. In parts of Gaza, there are serious international concerns about school materials and youth programs that expose children to anti-Semitic messaging, the glorification of violence, and the eradication of Jewish humanity. On October 7th, Israel experienced one of the deadliest days for Jews since the Holocaust, a mass murder driven by hatred of faith, identity, and existence itself. While history must never be compared carelessly, many Jewish people describe that day as an echo of the past, a reminder of how quickly violence can erupt when Jews are dehumanized and targeted simply for being who they are. Once again, Jewish communities around the world asked, who will stand with us? Who will speak when hatred speaks first? Holocaust Memorial Day confronts us with a choice. We can honor the victims with ceremonies and words alone, or we can honor them by walking in the same spirit of courage and righteousness shown by those who stood up during World War II. When anti-Semitism rises, our response cannot be silence. When Jewish communities feel isolated, our response cannot be indifference. When the words "never again" feel hollow, our response must be visible and practical solidarity. Whoever saves a single life is considered as if they have saved an entire world. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to the Ebenezer Operation Exodus YouTube channel and hit the notification bell. See you next time.